Today, we get to hear the words of practical Jesus, because Jesus in the Gospel of Mark is nothing if not practical and down to earth. Stay awake, keep watch, you don't know when the Master is coming home. Pretty simple stuff. We actually do know what Jesus is trying to do here. He's doing the same thing any boss has ever done when he needs something done quickly and rightly at work. Johnson, I'm going to need those accounts receivable reports on my desk as soon as I get back from the shareholders meeting. And he doesn't even mention when the shareholders meeting is over. So you know poor Johnson is going to just be working his fingers to the bone trying to get those reports done. Partly because of whatever work ethic he has, but partly out of fear. Fear for getting those reports done on time and doing them correctly as they're apparently important. I don't know how many of you worked in an office in your life. Fear is a pretty normal motivator in that environment. When the pressure of time is a factor, we act differently. Okay? When we feel the pressure of time, we have a tendency to be more aware of what needs to be done right away and what can wait a while, and we're generally less likely to get into one of our lazier moods. We're also more stressed, but hey, what are you going to do? It's that pressure of time that Jesus is trying to instill on his listeners. He's trying to get us all to understand that our accountability could be called into question at any time. We can afford to be lazy with respect to our work from time to time. Let our hair down, go on vacation, oh, that's fine. We're not meant to operate at 100% efficiency all the time. That would be exhausting. But we're not meant to be lazy when it comes to virtue. Okay? We don't get vacation time from being a good person. That would be silly. No, we are meant to be good as often as possible, because being good can become truly important at the drop of a hat. I suppose you could think of it like this, that being good is not at all like getting a call from the dentist. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. You get a call from the dentist on Monday for an appointment on Friday. And then you floss like crazy for 5 days. Those of you that didn't laugh were like, So you floss like crazy, you go to your appointment, you get a pat on the head from the dental hygienist for having such good oral hygiene, and then you don't touch floss again for another 5 months. Yeah, that's not how Jesus wants us to behave morally. We're not called for checkups. Or at least, if we are, we don't get a phone call ahead of time. The gospel today really is our advanced warning. We've got a checkup coming at some point, so we need to be watchful and we need to be ready. The realization, the sudden realization that we acted well or poorly hits us suddenly. And then there's no going back. Okay. We experience that when we're talking to a friend in confidence, and we say something sincere from the heart, and the person we're talking to starts crying, and they say, "Thank you. I can't tell you how long I've waited for someone to say those exact words to me." And it's then that we know that we remained watchful. And by contrast, we can sometimes fail to pay attention to the conversation. And then we say something like, well, I'm sorry that Spot ran away, but I never really wanted a dog in the first place. And then the person we're talking to, their jaw drops, and they start yelling at us about how heartless of a person we are. And all you can think in that moment is, I probably shouldn't have said that. But as you all know, you can't unsay it. That's life. What we do and what we say remains. And we don't always have the opportunity to think things through ahead of time. So be watchful. You don't know the time or the place when your next opportunity will come to heal or harm another. The pressure is on. So be watchful and stay awake, for you do not know when the Master will return home.